Hey everyone, welcome to today's discussion. We're going to talk about sleep, another segment on sleep, and how lifestyle affects the way we sleep. And today we're going to talk about 9 different lifestyle changes that could make a difference. So first up is physical activity. I think the saying is, let's see, how does it go? Well, I can't exactly remember the exact words, but it's like, if you're just sitting around, it breeds more sitting around, something along that line. So the first thing you want to do is develop a regular daytime activity and a regular exercise schedule. So regular is the key word here. Regular, and it indicates daytime activity. So regular could mean every day, preferably every day. Do something in your activity schedule. The important thing to remember, though, is to not do anything that's rigorous close to bedtime. Gentle stretching is fine, because you know what that's going to do? That's going to help relax the muscles, because so many times you can't sleep because we're tense. So gentle stretching would be beneficial. Moderate exercise, regular, again regular, in the late afternoon or early evening. Avoid any kind of vigorous activity or exercise within 4 hours of bedtime. The second thing that we're going to talk about is reducing light, excessive temperature, and noise during sleep. Sometimes we cannot avoid some of these things, but just keep in mind to the extent that's possible. So a dark room is always more conducive for sleep, but it's always good to have a nightlight someplace, for safety. Avoid room temperatures that are over 75 degrees and below 54 degrees. So you want to have a comfortable medium in there. Noise in your environment can prevent us from falling asleep and can cause more frequent awakenings. So as I said, we can't always control our environment, but if there's a way to do that, you're going to want to try to remove any of those unnecessary noises. The third thing is food and sleep. We talked about food last week, so just to reiterate, regular meal times can reset the biological clock that we all have. So it helps balance our sleep and wake rhythm. Okay, so being regular with our meal times is key to that. Make sure that we eat several hours before bedtime. No middle of the night snacking, anything like that, and avoid drinking too much water before going to bed. Because what happens when you drink a lot of water, that water's got to come out sometime, and it's usually going to be in the middle of the night, and that's going to wake you up, and that's going to disrupt that sleeping pattern. Number 4. Again, we talked about this last week, but it's always good to reiterate the effects of alcohol, caffeine, and nicotine on sleep. Alcohol is a depressant, so it's going to relax you and make you drowsy. However, it's going to end up waking you up later in the night. So avoid that, avoid those nightcaps, so to speak, to help you get to sleep. Alcohol also causes us to be dehydrated, so that will cause us to wake us up during the night because we are thirsty. And alcohol can make the effect of medications such as sleeping pills pain pills. It can make them stronger and could give more dangerous and adverse effects from them. Social drinkers, you want to avoid alcohol 4 to 6 hours before bed. Moving on to caffeine, that is a stimulant. It will interfere with your natural sleep cycle. So don't eat or drink anything with caffeine after lunch. And remember the things with caffeine in it that we could eat, like chocolate, tea. You know, you just got to make sure you do your due diligence and look at the ingredients on things. So that chocolate cake for dessert after dinner, yeah, it might not be a great idea. There's also some medicines that contain caffeine, so make sure you check the ingredients on that. Don't ever stop medications before talking things over with your health provider or your medical doctor or pharmacist. Okay, moving on to nicotine. It also is a stimulant. So it's always best not to be smoking. However, if you are a smoker, it's best not to have any smoking 2 hours prior to bedtime. Now, this includes e-cigarettes, vaping. Even though it has less nicotine in it, there's still nicotine in it. And there's other chemicals in it as well. So be mindful of that. If you're using these products, it could be affecting your sleep. Okay? Then let's move on to number 5. Get some light into your life. Now, I know this might sound contradictory to having a dark room when you're sleeping. It's not talking about when you're sleeping, okay? This is talking about getting outside, daylight, natural light into your life, because it has a strong effect on our internal biological clock. So it's said that early morning light can be really helpful to organize our sleep-wake body rhythm, maybe to help reset it to where it needs to be. Number 6, winding down before bedtime. So set aside time in the evening to wind down. Maybe an hour or so before bedtime. This helps to get the relaxing going. If you have like a regular pre-bedtime routine, make sure you do that every night. Your body is used to that, and it's going to know, oh, hey, this is what we do before we go to bed, and then bedtime is going to come after that. Number 7, develop a regular, again, there's that key word, regular, right? Sleep-wake schedule. Set a regular wake-up time for each day. That includes even your days off work and the weekends. Because if you don't, then you're starting all over again on Monday. So it's the most powerful, that regular wake-up time is the most powerful signal to our internal clock that helps us get that sleep-wake rhythm going. Number 8, put the bedroom clock out of sight. If you have a problem, waking up in the middle of the night, being a clock watcher, turn the clock around, get rid of the clock, whatever it is. It just adds that extra pressure to try to get to sleep when you're seeing it's like, oh, I just fell asleep 15 minutes ago, now I'm awake again. You don't need that. So just put them aside, don't look at it, resist the urge to look at it and see, to see what time it is. Number 9, here is the age-old question. To nap or not to nap? If at all possible, you should avoid napping because it does disrupt your natural sleep-wake cycle. But if you do need to nap, morning and afternoon naps are to be avoided because they will interfere with that cycle. If you do need to nap, do it only once a day, only in your bed. Schedule it 7 to 9 hours after your morning wake-up time. Nap for only 15 to 30 minutes and have it be the same time every day. Again, here's that regularity that they're talking about. And if you can't fall asleep, get out of bed. That just means you don't need it. And at night, if you're going to bed and you can't fall asleep, you're finding that you're awake, get up out of bed, because you clearly aren't tired, and it's best to go to bed when you're tired. So those are the 9 tips for lifestyle changes to get a better night's sleep. Now, hopefully you can put these into practice. Go be awesome.